Hey guys, Dirt here. Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Total Heroes Batman figure from Mattel. I got my hands on it. I figured, why not? Let's take a look. So let's hop into the photo tent, and there you can see it's the new 52 Batman in all his plastic glory. This is the new mainline toy line from Mattel covering the DC Comics heroes. And this is the new 52 version in his mass market figure here. And you can see he comes with two Batarangs and the Batarang launcher, the Batarang gun thing, whatever you want to call it. You've got some artwork here at the top. I believe that's actually pre-New 52. And some artwork on the back, which I think is also from the pre-52 Dark Knight series. I don't know, maybe. It could be from the Batman series. Hard to say. We do have the Batman logo up at the top. That is the New 52 comic Batman logo, if you're wondering where that came from. And down here at the bottom, you got that tiny little DC Comics logo. It's like, you know it's from DC Comics, but they're not really, you know, throwing it in your face. You can see you got Flash, Aquaman, Superman also available. You got your stupid little whatever. You can read that, pause it, read that if you want to, but really, let's take a look at this figure. So, we gotta rip open this package. And we've got some invisible, you know, rubber bands in there. They say invisible, whatever. Clear plastic bands holding the gun in place, attached to his hand, like, I don't know, the world's worst kite. Not sure what that's all about. But take the gun out, take the Batarangs. Alright. Here is our Batman figure. I'm going to go ahead and adjust the camera down, get a better look at him. Now, you can tell this is New 52 compared to the older versions of Batman because of the paneling on his armor. That was one of the things in the New 52 is they put those panels on there to make it look like actual like riot gear armor put together to make the bat suit, as opposed to before when it was just kind of the spandex whatever. If you take a look at his face, you can see there's a little bit of slop on their part with the paint not quite making it on there. But as far as the face sculpt goes, the sculpt is actually pretty good. I have to say, overall it's a nice looking look. Kind of what happened with the RoboCop figures people are freaking out about. The lips they're carved in, but they're just kind of painted with that fleshy color. But, you know, this is a kid-inspired line, so you can't get too freaked out about it. The head has some pretty good swivel to it, so no complaint really as far as that goes. I'm not sure if it really shows up on camera or not, but there's almost like a glittery effect on the gray of the Batman suit, and I'm not sure why they chose to do that. It's not really, you know, glittery in the comic, but, you know, maybe that has to do with the whole fact that it is a kid-friendly line. Let's see, you've got your standard selection of joints in the elbows. Actually, you've got a ball joint there, but it's kind of hidden by the gauntlet, so it doesn't really stand out as much. You really have to twist it around to see it on the back there. That's actually kind of nice that you have that joint, so you can get some mobilization with the arm, but the way it's hidden, it's not standing out at you, so that's actually a good way of covering that up. Hands rotate at the wrist. You've got your waist articulation here. Although right out of the package, his belt seemed a little off, and when I take a look at it, it looks like the belt can actually move independently of the rest of the waist a little bit. It's got a little bit of give on there, so I guess that's kind of nice. You can adjust it as you need to. The legs, yeah, nothing really special on the hips. Knees do not twist, it's just your regular joint there, and another one there at the ankle, but no twist. So the only twist, there's no twist at all on the leg. So the legs have no twist to them. You can only twist by twisting the whole waist. So I don't know, that's a little funky. This hand has a fist, so no putting accessories in that hand. And the cloth cape, I know that people really like the cloth capes because they flutter and everything, but my problem is that from a visual standpoint, you've always got this, clean, crisp look that comes with having the plastic, and then you go to a cloth cape and it's got the texture, and it's, this is supposed to be all one big piece, the cowl and the cape and everything, and of course it always looks kind of funky having the fabric sticking out like that. But that's my personal preference, is I'd rather have it visually match. Other people prefer having the cloth cape just because you can get the extra movement out of it. So I don't know. You'll have to make your own judgment call as far as that goes. His batarang gun, whatever we can stick in the hand here, it does have an opening where the trigger would be, so you would have a trigger finger spot there, but he doesn't have a trigger finger. He just has a regular hand, so you can't actually have him reaching in there and doing the action. And it also causes the gun really to stick out here. I mean, he wants to shoot straight ahead. He's got to shoot like from the hip. He's in the Old West apparently. If he's going to shoot up, it's really, posing this figure is really going to be kind of weird, putting him on display, just because that really gets in the way. I almost want to go in with an X-Acto knife and just slice that off so it can slide down into his hand better. But there you go as far as that goes. Now on the back, there are these little nubs here, and I'm guessing you take your batarang, and the batarang has two little holes here, so you can take your batarangs and attach them to the belt. You can attach them either side, facing either direction. I don't think it really matters one way or another, but it is nice to note that when you lift up the cape, you can see that they've still put in the detailing underneath. With this being more of a kid-friendly line, I would have expected that to just be more of a solid piece back there, but they actually did. There's some texture on there where those plates come together, as well as the lines cut into it and the muscle sculpting underneath. So I think overall you've got a pretty nice figure here. This gun is really, I'm not going to fault the hand as much for not having a trigger finger. Sculpting it all together in one piece is fine. That's not really an issue for me, but as far as the gun goes, cutting out that little trigger guard there would just make it fit in his hand so much better. And then I guess the other problem is that even though you can put the batarangs back here and kind of get them out of the way, there's no place for that gun to go. It doesn't attach anywhere else on the belt. It doesn't holster on the leg. There's really nothing else to do with it. So it pretty much has to be in his hand, or you're going to have to find a spot, set it to the side, and get rid of it in order to make space for him. But I think overall, considering the price of these figures, considering that they are really oriented more for kids, there's really not a big problem here. It's $10. It's pretty cheap. These are mass market. You can find them at Toys R Us. I'm sure Walmart will have them, Target, Meijer, all those type of great places. But overall, it looks like a nice figure, and it's at a reasonable price. So he is bigger. He's the taller 6-inch, 7-inch size scale, as opposed to the 3 3/4 inch we saw with some of the other figures we've taken a look at recently. So he's a bigger guy, and at $10, that's actually a pretty good deal, because most of those bigger size, the Legends, Classics, whatever, they tend to be in the $20 range. So they cut the price down and still managed to make what looks to be a pretty good figure. So thumbs up overall as far as that goes. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget, you can always go to popculturenetwork.com to find out more videos, reviews, stuff about comic books, video games, and toys, occasionally DVD, Blu-ray reviews as well. You can also go to jointheforums.com, the official forums of the Pop Culture Network. You can talk about stuff like this, whether or not you love it or hate it. You can always find me on Twitter at @PCN_dirt. And you can always call our 24-hour voicemail line. It's area code 217-953-4025. If you've got a cell phone, long distance is free, so don't freak out about dialing that area code. If you live in Malaysia, you're going to pay a little bit extra in order to call. But hey, we'd still love to hear from you. So make sure you check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.